My sister found evidence of another woman spending time at her house with her husband. I'm terrified she'll uncover the whole truth.
Yikes.
Here is the story. My sister Selena and her husband Jake have an open marriage. It isn't due to dysfunction in their relationship. They are both, let's call it, adventurous, and they often bring home partners to one another that they include in threesomes and foursomes. The trouble is that a week ago, Jake and I, oh dear, were sitting around drinking at his and my sister's place, and we ended up in bed together. Once we sobered up, we both regretted it. We agreed it couldn't happen again, and I went home. Unfortunately, according to Jake, Selena got back not long after I left. Jake had forgotten to put away the liquor glasses we used. She spotted my lipstick print on one of them and realized that Jake had had company. Selena teased him about not waiting for her to join in and suggested she'd like for him to invite his new friend back so the three of them could be introduced properly. Obviously, that's out of the question. Even though my sister and Jake's marriage is open, I still feel terribly guilty over what happened and can't imagine this going over well. Do we need to fess up, or is this something we should keep our mouths shut about forever?
Yikes.
Yikes is right.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So they have an open relationship.
Yeah.
The guy obviously is at more fault than the sister, in my opinion. But they have an open relationship.
Well, look, as somebody who knows nothing from personal experience about open relationships, but my first question would be, do you not have rules? I mean, surely if you have an open relationship, from what I understand, most people have rules. Like, something like, yes, you can do it, but I have to hear about it, or it has to be in the home, or whatever it is. Some people have rules, right? I would think sleeping with your fucking sister is not on the fucking rule book.
It is very weird because it's like, why were you over at their place? Your sister doesn't know you're over there. So was this planned? Was it premeditated? This is where my question is, right? Because it's like you were over at their place, which I'm assuming is like a normal thing.
Yeah.
Like you were having wine with just him. Like you were over there with just him. This is where my question starts, right? She doesn't know you're over there, obviously.
Yeah. Yes.
Obviously.
Good
She
point.
doesn't know you're over there.
So why the hell was she there drinking wine?
Why were you there drinking wine with your brother-in-law?
That's a very good question.
That is where my brain goes. I'm like, this was premeditated.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should fess up.
No.
Unless you want to ruin their relationship and your relationship with your sister.
I'm not sure.
You can't tell anyone ever. Unless you get pregnant. But then you're going to have an abortion.
The whole world. But yeah, well, obviously we don't know the names. But unless Selena reads this. Obviously her name isn't Selena. But if she reads this, she's bloody going to know, isn't she? But there are so many issues here. Like the open relationship, for once, is not my issue.
Mm-hmm.
Be impressed.
Wow. She's coming around. All my work is done. Yeah.
No. Not at all.
My work is not done.
But they have a mutually consensual open relationship.
Yeah, it's an EMF.
It's a what?
It's an ethically
monogamous. Drop my glasses. Ethically
non-monogamous.
That's it. Non-monogamous.
Monogamous.
Yes.
Entity. ENM. Did I say EMF? ENM. EMF. I don't know what EMF is. Someone can educate me on that.
It's probably something
way dubious. Yeah, EMF.
Yeah. And that you've decided that. So whatever anybody else thinks, that's none of their business. That's your choice. You live like that. You enjoy it. Fine. Great for you. Fine with that, actually. For them, not for me. Let's get this straight, Susie. But yes, I think you're absolutely right. The girl being, the sister being there is very dubious. And I saw this in a podcast recently. It's an English personality, but actually she's Canadian, but she's a comedian in the UK. She's very famous in the UK and not in Canada. Her name's Catherine Ryan, and she was talking about cheating. The reason I'm saying this is she said that she thinks she doesn't trust men, even though she's married, loves her husband, is that men have the capacity, the ability to cheat at the drop of a hat.
Got it.
Like if a woman literally is shoving her whatever in his face, it's pretty hard for most men to resist.
Totally.
However, so any man is capable of it, and to a degree, I agree with that. There's a real control in there. Whereas women, on the other hand, it's premeditated. For the most part, it's premeditated. They've liked this guy for a long time. They've thought about it consciously or subconsciously. It's premeditated. And I actually think I agree. So I actually think she is way more to blame on a couple of levels, because I actually think they're both bad, but that's another point I'll come to in a minute. But this is her sister. Do you have no shame? This is your sister. I mean, for God's sake, why do you have to sleep with her husband? And that obviously part of their, open marriage is the threesome, foursome thing. So obviously you can't do that. And so you have crossed the line there, because if that's the point of their relationship, is to bring other people in, then you've crossed the line. You've broken the rules. The man and the woman, the husband and the sister. But the husband, I mean, come on. Like, that's my other problem with the husband, is if you are in an open marriage, you are shagging lots of women, right? Why do you need to shag her?
This is why I believe
else.
He is more at fault than the sister is.
Well, I think they're
I think they're both obviously
they're both very at fault.
He is the one who knows the rules of the relationship, whether there are or there aren't.
And he can sleep with anybody he
wants.
He
can sleep with anyone who wants.
Why is he sleeping with her?
He's obviously seduced the other sister because of his dirty mind games.
Yeah.
And 100% that was premeditated, because otherwise it would have been like, oh, hey, by the way, your sister's coming over for a bit.
Yeah.
We have some things we want to talk about without you for no fucking reason.
Yeah, exactly.
This was like 100% his fault.
It's just,
and the sister has just stupidly got drunk and caught up in it. Obviously, she cares about her sister, or if she didn't care about her, she would have told her. She wouldn't have done it, obviously. But if you know what I mean, like, she's so worried that, like, she's like, I don't know, I can't believe I just did this.
Well, don't do it then.
I mean, yeah. People make stupid fucking mistakes.
They make stupid mistakes, but I think it shows two things. Obviously, they're both attracted to each other. That's stating the obvious. But obviously, the sister is attracted to the husband, and the husband. This is what the problem with open marriages. I'll get to that point. Is he's attracted to her sister, and that means he's not really kind of having an open marriage because he just wants to have other sexual experiences. He's attracted to other people, and that means he could potentially walk off. I mean, it just, to me, opens up all sorts of problems. Does that make any sense to you, what I just said?
Yeah,
but it's bad. It's really, really, really
I mean,
bad.
Of course it's bad. And then also the other thing is that the woman, the sister who slept with the husband, is glossed over, just like completely like, oh, we got drunk and we fucked.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a big jump,
Yeah.
I'm not fucking everyone I'm drinking with.
Yeah.
No,
Jesus Christ.
You know what you're doing. Like, how drunk are you? How old are you too?
Exactly. Like that's a very good point. Like, how drunk are you? That basically we all know when you get drunk, your inhibitions.
You must be blackout.
Exactly. You know exactly what you're doing. It's
even blackout, you know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you want this. And you know what you're doing, and you're just using it as an excuse.
Totally.
100% using an excuse. And this is your sister. And the man is, I mean, what is wrong with you? Like, you could sleep with anybody. You've now created a massive, terrible fucking triangle. So now what are you going to say to your wife? I mean, the only thing you can say is, oh, no, she's out of town, or she's left town, or something.
This is a very controversial question that I'm about to ask you.
Go on then.
And I can foresee the answer.
Go on then.
Obviously it's incest if she were to have a threesome with her sister.
It's not obvious. It bloody is incest. It's highly illegal and completely gross. Oh my God, you're not actually.
I'm just saying, like,
it's illegal, Susie.
Okay. Just like, it's not like they can get pregnant or anything. That's why incest is illegal, though, is because of the repercussions of children.
Yeah, and it's gross.
I mean, we're not going to talk about the new White Lotus because you haven't seen it, but
no, I've only seen some of the first episode.
Brothers do stupid things. Sisters also do stupid things.
I know that incest is much more common than people think.
Oh, For sure.
I think it's much more common. I don't have siblings, but I know it's much more common.
I mean, I can't imagine having. It's a weird thing, this two-sister thing. When you're in an open relationship, it's 100%. This is what I'm saying. It's the 100% the husband's fault. He fucked it up because he understands the boundaries. The sister doesn't understand the boundaries. Maybe he's allowed to do this.
Yeah, but the sister's now using this as an excuse. She's going to say, justify it to herself. Well, they have an open marriage. And so, which is obviously, she was attracted to him. So she got a bit drunk. So she went, fuck it. They have an open marriage. Why can't I do this? Because it's a really stupid thing to do.
No, yeah, I'm not
And it's going to forever cause problems. Yeah. Because you are now going to have to pretty much lie about this for the rest of your life.
Oh, 100%. And family reunions are going to be very weird.
God hope she doesn't get pregnant.
I'm just assuming that she is going to sleep with him again.
Of course. I mean, come on, he's in her life. Of course he's going to, of course. It's too easy.
Especially because if a glass of wine is doing this to you.
Well, Jesus, yeah.
Like, Mel, we take our alcohol very seriously and we can drink quite a bit.
Quite a bit, and I don't bloody sleep with everyone.
I don't know what it would take for me to sleep with your husband or like my sister's husband.
Yeah.
I do not know how much alcohol it would take for me to do that. Like,
well, you wouldn't be able to function.
I don't even think it would.
So what would be the point?
But that's what I'm saying. It's like this is definitely gonna happen again.
Of course it is.
And it's like you obviously don't like respect your sister. Also,
of course not. No. You don't respect your sister. You fancy the pants off your brother-in-law.
You're obviously like jealous of their relationship, I think, a little bit.
Possibly jealous of that. You've been obviously thinking about him, and you maybe not consciously, but you completely, let's give her the benefit of the doubt, subconsciously, in a premeditated way, thought this could be a possibility. And it's happened, and you've justified it by saying that you were drunk and he has an open marriage.
Yep.
And quite frankly, he's a bit of an arsehole.
Yep.
And it's a huge
bit of an asshole. I think he's a lot of an asshole.
I mean, there's so many problems here. What are they going to
keep his secret from his wife about this? I'm sure there's way more secrets.
Of course.
I'm sure he slept with her mother too.
He could have slept with her. I mean, like anybody outside of what he's meant to be doing. He's done it, hasn't he?
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
So bad.
And the other problem is the open relationship is not the issue, which I can't believe I'm actually saying that, is he has no judgment at all. He has no sense of judgment. So if you think about it, it's not just about sex. It's about everything in his life.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't trust him with anything.
No.
I wouldn't trust him at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to lie. And you know my feelings about lying. And lying makes you behave in a weird way, and it causes other issues. And the sister's going to be like, there's something going on here. What's going on? I can't figure it out. And then it's just going to become this thing. And then lying. If you lie once, then you have to lie and lie. And you have to keep lying.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just tell one lie. You've got to tell multiple lies to cover the first lie. And then it's bad. It's really bad. I actually don't know what to tell you. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't, because if you tell your sister, you'll probably lose your sister.
Yeah,
their relationship will, even though it's open, will probably break down eventually. And if you don't tell them, you got to live with this, and the likelihood of you sleeping with him again, because again this man has no judgment whatsoever and neither does she, is going to happen. Of course it's going to happen. Thanks so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast and follow us on social at Sharing My Truth Pod, and leave us a voicemail on our website at sharingmytruth.com to share your stories and experiences with us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.